trying to eliminate stress from our lives, we will continue to see it as another thing that we have to do. And with awareness and practice over time, we can actually start to flip this idea of stress management on its head. So think instead of, I need to manage my stress better, to think instead, how can I bring more moments of peace into my life? And sometimes stresses catch us off guard, and we aren't sure how to handle it. So today we'll learn about a mindfulness technique, and we'll practice about how to use our triggers as a roadmap towards peace. The technique is called Spot, Stop, Swap. And I actually discovered it recently through Jay Shetty's book, Think Like a Monk. It's a really, really, really good book, and I appreciated the simplicity of this exercise. So let's just dive right in. We'll activate the practice with our posture, breathing, and intention. So sit comfortably with your back straight in an alert yet relaxed position. When you're ready to close your eyes, let them softly come together. Or if your eyes do not wish to close today, focus on a neutral gazing drishti point somewhere in front of you. It doesn't strain your neck and doesn't offer too many distractions. We'll set our collective intention for peace and activate the breath by taking 3 deep belly breaths. So slowly in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. So the opposite of stress is, of course, peace. So ultimately, when we're talking about stress management, we are actually talking about peace management. Just like we would in other areas of our lives, we'll focus on what we want more of. Using the law of attraction, what we focus on, we get more of, right? So for this practice, we will focus on the feelings we wish we had instead of the stressful ones that we're accustomed to feeling at certain times of the day, week, year, season, what have you. If you're starting a business, sharing a new offering, moving to a new state, these are all things that can invite adversity and challenges into our lives. These challenges are good for us. They allow us to grow and change, to learn and really evolve as human beings in this body. So stress management isn't about removing those obstacles from your path, but it's about the mindset in which we approach those obstacles. Complaints, criticism, and other forms of negativity can take a big toll on our mental well-being, even when we don't realize it. And we want to feel balanced, whole, and well. We wish to be free of disease and suffering. So when you feel these so-called triggers, there's a trick that we can do to face them head on. First, spot. Use your skills of awareness to notice the thought as it arrives. For instance, if you had a rough day at work and you want to complain to your partner or your family member, first, try to feel the impact of that complaint. Does it serve you in this moment? Is it really going to feel like getting something off of your chest? Or is saying this complaint out loud going to give it more attention than it deserves? The next step is to stop. You want to stop yourself from complaining and consider the complaint as it stands. Think about where it came from and then decide how you can address it, which is where the last part of this exercise comes in. Swap. So now let's try to amend that complaint for a new way of processing. This goes for literally any complaint, criticism, habit, behavior, thought process, feedback loop that you may find yourself in. You can always spot, stop, and swap the feeling, complaint, criticism, behavior, habit, etc. for something else. In this very simple example about the complaint of your hard day, you could swap it out by naming something positive that happened instead. And then notice how that makes you feel. If you still feel like you need to complain, perhaps try to journal it or bring it up with your therapist the next time you have a chat. You can do this at any time. Notice the sign, stop to consider it, and flip the perspective. Like in the instance of this guided meditation, instead of thinking about this meditation as a guide to stress management, think of it more as a guide to a more peaceful mind. You spot the stress, stop it, and then swap it for a more positive alternative. And the whole point of this exercise is to silence your own negativity so that you can make space for your thoughts and actions that actually add more peace and more fulfillment into your life. Because letting go is the quickest way to create space. Letting go is the quickest way to create space. Maybe not the easiest, but the quickest. So when our bodies are stressed, we react in similar ways. Tight jaw, furrowed brow, holding your breath. These physical symptoms can be the literal signal that we need to remember to stop, to spot, stop, and swap. To breathe. Those triggers, those physical signals, tightness, jaw, breath, the urge to complain. These are our roadmap to a more peaceful life. There's no need to get fired up or dragged down. It's our goal to try to stay even and balanced. Not every trigger has a purpose. Not every molehill needs to be turned into a mountain. But if we can remove negativity and dis-ease from our mind, we're much, much, much more likely to live a happier, healthier, relatively more stress-free life. So I hope this mindfulness technique is helpful for you to venture back off into your life, to that new job, the new offer, the new location, and bring that sense of peace with you wherever you go. Again, we'll close this practice. 3 deep breaths. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, in, 2, 3, 4. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one, biggest one. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. After your 3 breaths are finished, you can start to open your eyes again. I thank you for joining me in this practice today. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Namaste.